It's out of our control. It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's that situation when we are living in a war zone. I feel like I can represent my generation so much because I honestly did not care whether I lived or died. But now, I cannot die. I can't leave until this straight. You know, I'm not suicidal. I can't go until y'all really know what time it is. And then after that, boom, it's all over. And we can see, how this fall. But that's how it is. The reason being is because if I can't live free, if I can't live with the same respect as the next man, I don't want to be here. Because God has cursed me.
In the midst of the madness, I am battle tested. In the midst of the madness, we are battle tested. I have faced fights like this before. We have faced fights like this before. I have seen poverty before. We have seen poverty before. I have seen morale being poor. We have seen morale being poor. I have known it's easier to pour Satan's spirits than to try to heal my own. This trial, this tribulation is nothing new. This infatuation with maturation during my generation, however, is rather exhausting. Dear society, while we are shut down, you have done everything in your power to return to normalcy. Please don't forget college students. People like I, who provide for themselves, yet the world has the audacity to claim me as its own and offering no help. We have went from living on campus amongst our peers in dormitories to living with no sense of purpose, just living dormant. Yes, trunk checks have been cut to keep the nation flowing, yet we've been trumped over and stomped on. Someone had to be sacrificed. So why is it you chose to sacrifice the very same future you told us we were? The very same now you told us we would be. The very same game changers you have now sat on the deep end of the bench to collect the sweat of man and watch again as the world struggles. Did you forget? Did you forget we have seen recessions during our recesses? Did you forget we have seen school shootings take place as if there were another day at the book fair? Did you forget we have seen natural disasters on the regular, that the natural has now become a normal? We have seen grief-stricken families torn apart because of situations placed on heads made of the creation of pipelines to prison. Did you forget? We've seen it all and we've conquered all. And now this new fight is affecting us directly, and as we once stood in arms with you, it is you that has let us go to fall flat on our backs, crippling us with no crutch to hand, just damaged. Damn us, huh?
After this pandemic, Donald Trump gotta see me. And best believe I'm coming to raise hell, and I'm changing my name to Braille, because these politicians that have been blind to our struggles are gonna have to feel me. Fear and helplessness is what they've tried to fill me with, because they claim to empathize when they open up their lips, but they're bilingual and fluent in bullshit, because equality in America is one of this country's greatest myths. So let these words serve as hieroglyphs as we continue to show our resilience, since we have more will than your favorite automobile or than the actor that starred on The Fresh Prince, because we've been running to liberation for so long, we're born with shin splints. And I pity this president to the point that I am convinced that he needs prayer and a pope to fix these problems he can't handle, because if he gets reelected in November, he'll just carry Washington into more scandal.
Oh, we ain't done. Tune in.
Dear society, when we were children, you wanted us to stay innocent, but you allowed mass shootings and hate crimes to take place on our doorsteps, and when we turned 18, you put the weight of this world on our shoulders. It became our job to lead and fight for what's right with all of our power. Despite this expectation, you pay us no mind or a dime now that we sit in a crisis situation. You refused to listen when we spoke up against your 2016 presidential election. You ignored all of our voices that you said were important. And now we are all suffering the consequences of your poor decision. We spoke up and were thanked for it with no change. We have been evicted and abandoned and told to stay strong and be brave. We have been left, beaten with no bandage, just damaged.